The movement that we got on Bitcoin yesterday was absolutely wild. And then looking at Tesla, making its march up to 384. We'll see if we actually get there. I'll show you how that's positioned. I'll give an update on Nvidia and the overall indices. Today is the big day for non-farm payrolls, and the unemployment rate is going to be highly impactful to what we see. So we're going to kick things off with the indices. Just a quick little video for you today, and you can see the rejection that we got off this trend line that's right here from the rising wedge pattern that I said I'd keep around. So there it is, and we'll see in the pre-market hours for the S&P 500. This is SPY tracking the S&P 500 down just a little bit from yesterday's close, almost a negligible amount. And I think that we're just waiting for those 8:30 numbers to come out to see what exactly happens. Perhaps you're watching this after the 8:30 hour. If we get favorable numbers, we can easily pop the 609 to 610. We got to be watchful for that. So we anticipate getting on top of 610 gives us a lot of room up above there to about 628. So we can put on another 3% on top of that. Not necessarily in a single day, but over time, if we continue that bullishness, get up above these trend lines, up above this area of resistance, we could absolutely see it. When we go over to the Qs, we are currently sitting on top of 520, which I said was important to get on top of. We got on top of it yesterday. A little bit of a give back leading into today. We'll see what we get from non-farm and unemployment. If we get favorable numbers, we have a nice little march up to about 548 with not a lot in between to slow us down. So we could be seeing some very favorable numbers out there. We just have to wait and see what happens with those economic reports. IWM is going to be highly dependent on what we see with that, and not really moving too much off of yesterday's close, 238.08. We're up about 9 cents in the pre-market as of my recording right now. So we'll see what we get from that. Let me go down to the daily chart on this, and there you go. You can see a little bit of that trailing off and that nervousness that we get after peaking at an all-time high for the Russell 2000 stocks tracked by IWM. Bitcoin, look at yesterday's candle. We were all the way up at a new all-time high of 103,647, dropping all the way down to $92,000 after that. So, and then a closing yesterday at, let me see that close, 97,057 today, kind of recovering a little bit of that. Some of this sell that we see is likely because of what we had just from profit taking up above 100,000. So we'll see, hit 100,000, people take their profits, get a little bit of volatility out of that, and we'll see where we settle from there. We do want to stay up above 95,000. It'd be excellent to get a full candle close up above 100,000 to push us up to that price target that I have that's north of 120,000 as reported in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Just click on my channel name and then look at the video that was posted yesterday on Bitcoin with the price prediction. So it should say Bitcoin price prediction in the title. And so you should be able to see that, and you can see what you think of it along with the technicals that are there for it. Nvidia. Let's go here. We'll talk about Tesla right after Nvidia here. Check out yesterday's candle that we got on Nvidia. We got a bit of an indecisive candle, but it did get on top of the area of resistance. So because we had that candle up above it, we can actually take this resistance area. If I can get a hold of it here, I might not be able to get a hold of it right now. There we go. We'll send this one to the back. And what that does with this area of resistance that we have is now it becomes area support. I'll have to click on it later. Right now I can't get a hold of it, but being up above here, this could give us that room up to 150,000. If this indecisive moment we go north instead, if we find this area of resistance formerly as an area of support now, then we definitely have that room up to that 150. Up above that is the 155.65. If we fall down through it, we have lots of support on the way down. Expect some chop if we fall back down through that anyway. So moving over from Nvidia to Tesla. Tesla, there we go. For Tesla, 384 is the next Fibonacci extension level that we have on here. High top wick indicating some selling pressure. Pre-market hours seem to be pretty favorable right now, but non-farm payrolls and unemployment are going to really affect what we see for Tesla. They are helped out quite a bit by all the Trump endorsements and the Trump won election, and you can see the euphoria that we've experienced since that time, not taking on new all-time highs. That happened back in 2021, I think north of $400 on a split adjusted basis. So we need to see what happens from here, but we do potentially have room up to that 384.06, getting up on top of that 395, that 400 number. Still pretty lofty up there right now, but we're just barely below the overbought territory as per the daily RSI. So we want to be watchful for that one. We could potentially still have the momentum to push Tesla up a little higher for a little bit longer. We found support at the last Fibonacci level of the 61.8. That 384 is the next number that we want to be watching for when we'll potentially get there. Guys, if you want to see these technicals before they hit YouTube, that link for the Patreon down in the description, click that, sign up, and head on over to the Discord. That's where you'll find technicals, buys and sells, and me and my community members. And then also down in the description, you can find the link for Stockmo Academy. Click that and sign up using the code word DOCTOR for a massive discount. Learn to do the technical analysis yourself and learn how to trade using the bread recipe trading strategy that I use, Stockmo uses, and the people joining that course have also learned to set up and use to great success, oftentimes paying for their course in as little as one trade. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.